For reasons best known to themselves, the folks at Electronic Arts are pitching Syndicate as a 4-player co-op experience. But from an initial playthrough of early levels, it looks like there's an entertaining single-player campaign lurking in here, albeit with some faults. Some of the early 4-player co-op levels we've seen have been environmentally simple, so it's great to play through single-player levels that range from grime and grot to sleek and ultra-modern. Players work their way through enormous corporate complexes which seem to incorporate everything from combat training centres to nightclubs to laboratories, with plenty of ducts, tunnels and secret passages in between. This is a good looking game, as you'd expect from the makers of The Darkness. Gameplay rests on one trick, a secondary way of killing your enemies which requires a mixture of strategic thinking and manual dexterity. You shoot guns, just as you might in any standard combat shooter, but you also make use of an extra weapon, breaching, which weakens or even destroys enemies. In early levels, this approach is fairly binary. When breaching power is charged up by high numbers of kills, an icon appears over an enemy's head, and you press the correct button to mess him up by, say, suicide or a backfiring gun. In later levels and in boss fights, you need to use this mode in order to sufficiently weaken enemies in order to kill them with normal guns. This layered challenge feels quite satisfying. There is also a secondary, computer-generated mode of viewing the world, which gives you certain speed, agility, gunfire and health advantages, which absolutely must be used wisely. Your enemies are no dummies. While under fire, even the stupidest drones have a habit of moving fast and making smart use of cover. That said, in the early levels we played, it is a tad too easy to kill multiple enemies by running up to them and executing a physical attack. There's a story in here which adheres to the usual formula of cynical soldiers, gallows humour and gutless bosses, but it has vastly more human and realistic feel than standard shooters, a nod perhaps to its Scandinavian origins. It's a bit like the difference between some dreadful buddy cop show and those clever Swedish detective dramas. It may be that EA has this right and that the most fun will be had in co-op mode, but the single player campaign has merit in its own right, assuming some of the combat gameplay can be toughened up between now and the launch on February 21st. To find out more about Syndicate, go to IGN.com.